Hey guys, what's going on? It's a Block Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, I've not been as active as I usually am. Usually I'm on here daily, but I've been having a couple of 2-day stints where I've not been posting. So anyhow, we're here, and it's just because really I didn't feel like there was much necessary to kind of record on. There's not enough material because obviously all the markets were stalling out. Obviously the emotions were running fairly low. Everyone was pretty, nobody was feeling optimistic, and this is what we need. We need a little bit more energy within the markets. And yesterday we did have that FOMC meeting and Jerome Powell with the speech as well. So the interest rates remain unchanged. However, I do believe we're going to get some really good news in terms of the crypto market. So here with James Phelan, he's obviously covering the SEC case against XRP. So we'll be looking at the XRP chart today. We'll take a look at my favourite XDC. We'll look at HBAR and we'll look at some others as well, in particular that look right to rip. Now over here on X we have James Phelan. So as you can see, we've already filed the opposition brief, which was due on April the 22nd. And we are literally just waiting now for the SEC's reply brief, which is due on the 6th of May. So let's just go over to the calendar here. So that's going to be Monday next week. So hopefully we can get moving. But just a quick dive anyway onto the XRP chart here. So this is on the daily time frame. Here we have it. Again, nothing's really changed on XRP USD. However, I will be showing you a chart later in this video. As you can see, broken out retest, broken out, failed the retest, capitulated all the way through, and we're still grinding along the top of this wedge here. So it looks really positive, even though the price action's currently forming a red candle here on the daily. But what I want to bring your interest to here is, for me, it's a massive signal. Now let's just find the chart, because what we are looking for here is XRP Bitcoin chart. As you can see, again, this is on the daily. Yeah, so we've got 2017 here. If I scroll out, this was drawn on the weekly. So let's just go up to the weekly. There you go. So you got your blue sort of mark there. Coming down, grinding, testing. This is what we have here. Again, this for me is a strong signal that XRP and the rest of the altcoin market, and especially the utility coins, are going to do an absolute madness round about now. So what we'll do is we'll go back on the daily now that you've seen why I've drawn those trend lines. Let's get into it. Look at these clauses here. You got 1, 2, 3 wicks. Daily closes underneath. Daily closes are literally closing on the line. Another wick. Yesterday, on the back of that FOMC meeting, look at that close on the daily candle for XRP against Bitcoin. Now, even though XRP wasn't going mental in price, this is what I'm talking about with these subtle breakouts, because it's not as if XRP is just going boom, flying off to the markets to collect the cheddar. What's happening is obviously the rotation's happening now with Bitcoin. So obviously the Bitcoin dominance is falling. Ethereum, I believe, was down as well. So this is where the altcoin market comes to fruition, and this is where we start seeing these substantial gains. So we've already had a close on the daily, so that to me is mega bullish for XRP in particular, and like I said, the utility coins. What I would like to see is a weekly close outside of this wedge. Whether or not we fall back down and retest this, but this is going to have to be pretty quickly. This is going to have to happen pretty soon. Look at this. Edge of this wedge is looking at Thursday, Friday maybe. Certainly by the following weekend there on the 11th, 12th of May. I would expect a retest. Get that successful retest and then off to the markets there. So XRP is a hodl for me. Hopefully we've got that 6th of May news, which I've just been showing you there with James. So hopefully you might not even see a retest. You don't know with XRP. It's so undervalued at the moment. So there's no reason why XRP can't just fly from here. So really positive news. And let me go over to XDC now. I've got an extra chart up here. I've also added, because I use Bitrue quite a lot. So I had this chart, but a lot of the volume is done over on HTX on this exchange. So this is why I've started using this particular chart, because you know all the minute details make all the difference. So we've got this sort of descending triangle, if you will. We've had that breakout retest. Look like we're going to break away and start breaking up to that 9-10 cent range, which I've been looking for now for quite some time. You know, I believe we're 4 or 5 weeks behind schedule for whatever reason. You know, this is what crypto markets do. They just prolong the process to kind of frustrate you into submission ultimately, because I remember here I was tweeting emotionally. I don't get emotional, you know, I'm pretty stoic. You know, I've been through many cycles, not just in crypto, but, you know, also Forex as well, carrying losing positions until they turn a profit. And right here, I was thinking, bloody hell, I need to get back to work, as, or the block bull, should I say. So I'm thinking, bloody hell, and then next thing you know, it's broken here. So today, it looks as if XDC is breaking out of this sort of arrow, would you call it? I don't know how you describe this sort of pattern formation, but we've certainly broken. You can see the retest. If I just take that blue trend line away there, you can see this wedge here playing out. So break, you're expecting it to go. So this is why I've got everyone's, oh, you're wrong in your analysis. But after a retest, usually markets tend to just, you know, make that move. However, we fell off again, retested, and we're successful again. So that's 1, 2, 3. So we've done 3 retests. Yeah, and we've also tested this inside of the wedge. Now again, XDC is primed to rip. Again, if you look at that cursor where that marker is, 5th, 6th of May. Again, synchronized with the utility coins, especially with XRP. So whether or not we roll over here and then we blast to the upside, that's to be seen. But this is just an extra sort of guideline here. That will confirm to me that we are on like Donkey Kong as soon as we break this. So where was I? We're around there, aren't we? So you can see how these line up. So yeah, you can take the wick there. You can even be a little bit more aggressive, something like that. And then if you want to be pessimistic, you could drag it out to like there. But like worst case scenario, you're breaking out in this sort of window here from, for me anyway, from like the 6th of May up until like the following week. So I do expect that move to begin to that 9-10 cent range and take out that, is it the 23 high? Let's just scroll out. Yeah, so you got the year 23 here, so that was a high there up at about 9 cents. So I reckon we can take that out certainly in the next couple of weeks. So if we do that, you know, like I say, we're off to the markets. This is HTX, so it hasn't got the data to go all the way back as it does with Bitrue here. So you can see there, I've marked this, can delete that, that's just US elections around that time. So just marked out here with these dashed lines. These are the highs, so these are sort of the prices that price action likes to gravitate towards, is the high and lows. So yeah, that'll be like your first sort of, you know, first checkpoint, second checkpoint, and then obviously you've seen some of my targets in the other videos with XDC where we can be headed. I will be covering more of those in future videos with the price targets as we play out. Now let's look at VELO as well. Let's have a quick look at VELO. So yeah, VELO on the daily looks like to be coming down. I've marked out that red trend line there, horizontal line. So that's the daily close. I always expect once we break out to do a retest. So I won't be surprised if we still have to get back down to about that 0.014 cent. It doesn't have to retest, you know, but that's 9 times out of 10 they do retest. But yeah, VELO's still looking strong. It might just be short lived, but ultimately we all know where VELO's holding. So VELO's a long term hold. It's nothing. I wouldn't want to be trading it. There's a lot of volatility, but that'd be my sort of first target. Obviously, if it does hit that horizontal line, place your entries, ride that up to there. This is again just first checkpoint. Let's get that red line if you was to enter there. So you're looking at about anywhere from 220 to 240% return if you was to enter there on that red line. Even from current price action, still looking at 170% return there. Again, first checkpoint. So obviously we've got this second blue line marked out as an interim target, and then obviously we're challenging up there above $1.70 before we even consider really taking any profits. So that's VELO. What else would we like to look at? We can have a look at, tell you what, let's have a look at Quant. I've not been on Quant for a long time. Again, I think this was drawn on the weekly. So you can see we've had that breakout. Now, Quant is back inside, as you can see. So again, this can all play out a lot longer. You know, Quant could be a final mover. Looking at around mid-July, late July, there before we see the tip of this. Or again, you could be really you could do something like this. You could say Quant's broken out actually, done a retest. We've actually retested the tip of the wedge. And Quant's just literally hanging around there ready for the rest of the market to make that first impulse. So there's a couple of ways you can look at this. Again, it all comes down to perspective. I'm never right nor wrong. You know, I'm just giving you my opinion on the market. I'm not saying it's going to do this or it's going to tank. I'm just showing you the markets, and you can make of this what you will. Let's have a look at Stellar. Again, let's just delete that out there. You've got a minor wedge here dating back to about June 23. Again, we're under the wedge. I would like to see XLM start trading above, but ultimately we are looking, this doesn't look bullish in the slightest, but again, we do know the markets are synchronized. That's just how the markets move. You know, they don't like to give you the opportunity to rotate into different coins. So obviously, I'm a firm believer in the markets do have these cycles where you'll get sectors moving coherently. So you get AI coins, gaming coins, meme coins, utility coins all moving at the same time. Obviously, XLM's tied in with those ISO coins with XRP and XDC. So that's where I stand with that as well. Just before I shoot, I like Casper as well. I'm going to look at DAG as well after this one. So we've got Casper. Look at the state of this. This is crazy gains to be had. Something like that. Yeah, so you can see here where we've retested, rejected, broken out, slow grind down. This is the thing, crypto markets, you feel like when they retest, they pop. This is what happens in Forex, and to be honest with you, I'm more of a Forex trader, and this is, the patterns are not too dissimilar, but they're different, if that makes sense. So yes, they will retest, but I've noticed with crypto, when you get a retest, you don't get that initial pop, which you do with like indices, Forex, especially with the euro dollar as well. If you are trading that currency pair, you usually get a retest and then you get that pop, you get that bang. But crypto, it likes to do these slow grinds and stall out. Like, it's so frustrating, but that's just the nature of these crypto markets. However, if you do persist through the impatience and the frustration of these markets playing out, obviously there's a lot more gains to be had. But yeah, let's just have a look at this now. Look at that, looking at 1800% really, just to get to that weekly close with Casper. And obviously you can target that wick up there with that liquidity grab. Now, could you imagine that? That is, 75,000%. Like, just put a random limit order there around that high at $23. Wow, right, I'm just going to get my calculator back up again. Let's just say you whack $5,000 in there into Casper, plus this figure here. Obviously we're just going to go shy of that all-time high. We're just going to say, we're going to go with 75, 5 to 1%. I feel like it's worth. So if you got $5,000, £5,000, 5,000 euros, whatever your currency is, Casper, it's not even a pump with Casper, because Casper's got a lot of utility, and they've got a lot of ties with the Chinese government. So Casper's not even a punt. I'd certainly hold a little bit of this. So look at them returns. Add your £5,000 on as well. Look at that. You're coming out with about 3,781,050 quid just to fill up the tank. Do you know what I mean? When you're driving to a bank to collect your cheddar. So big up Casper. Let's have a look at DAG as well. I did have a sneaky look at DAG. DAG is looking amazing. Look at this. Again, very simple. The very simple charts, very easy to read. Some of these cryptos are very easy to read. Just one. Don't have to complicate it with RSI stochastics, MACDs, moving averages. One trend line. Get the retest. We know on retests it doesn't just pop straight away. There will be a couple of weeks where you get this gradual sort of move down. So as you can see, for me, DAG hasn't quite made it. It's not retested, so unfortunately for DAG, I do feel like we can come down. Get down to about here. It's about 27%. Now, that wouldn't be the end of the world. We might even take out this low here, this 23 low. And then that would be sort of retesting this sort of structure here along these highs. So DAG can fall. Again, if it did fall down there, that is a fantastic opportunity, because obviously, you know, we have got a lot of room for growth here, a lot of ROI on the table. So yeah, that's DAG Constellation. As mentioned as well, DAG is fantastic for passive income. So if you are a millionaire, you have got hundreds of thousands, consider getting a little bit of DAG as well, just for passive income, because obviously, you know, you're constantly accumulating. So that's where we are at the markets, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you smash the like button. You don't have to, your choice. But anyway, I've been the Block Bull. Cheers, guys. Bye now.